TPS Spotlight videos are designed to give you straight information about a cool product really quickly and without all the fluff. Today we're looking at the little-known but brilliant and so incredibly needed audio tool called ABmyMix. It's actually a website, and it's free, so you guys don't have to spend anything today. Yay! ABmyMix was created by musician Neil Thomas of London, England during COVID as a way to easily compare mixes in the car or on his phone or anywhere with no DAW required. By connecting multiple versions of a song or any audio recordings to ABmyMix, you'll be able to seamlessly compare those versions of any audio, and you can share your page with anyone, anywhere. And it's got one brand new, insanely useful feature that just blew my mind. But we'll get there. I actually already used ABmyMix in my Walters Audio T805 review video already, and it's been amazing. I love it. Okay, let us begin. To use ABmyMix, just go to abmymix.com and you'll be prompted to import files. You can select from locally shared files from your own computer or online files like hosted MP3 files or Google Drive files, or set up Dropbox folder with your files and go that route, however you want. ABmyMix doesn't host any files itself, so you're not actually uploading files somewhere. You retain all control and rights of your own files forever. You're just kind of feeding it into RAM temporarily when needed. For my purposes, I'm using the Dropbox method. I've uploaded several versions of the same guitar strumming, but processed differently through the T805s. When they've connected and loaded each version onto the player, you'll see each of the files with their names placed vertically on the page. At the bottom, you'll see various controls. You can just hit play and toggle literally seamlessly between your different files without so much as a stutter or glitch. It's awesome. You can click on each version with a mouse or using the arrow keys on your keyboard. You can also switch directly between each of them using the numbers on your keyboard. There's a whole tutorial that will show you how to do everything and which keys on your keyboard will do which function, so just check that out. So that's the basic way to use ABmyMix. Or you can toggle on blind mode and then hit the question mark to toggle between random versions, and then you'll be able to find the one you like best. And when you find it, hit reveal, and you'll see the file name of your selection. That is awesome, actually. Blind choosing, right? If you have different mixes and stuff, that's great. You can drop an anchor point on a version or on multiple versions using the A button, and then sync anchor points using the S button so that they will start at different places for each track if that's what you want. Very useful for uploading an entire album where every track is a new song, and then anchoring the chorus in each song so that you can compare how each hits or how loud they are, etc. You can set loop points by choosing a start and end point and creating a loop. Some new features include EQ filters and stereo mono and sides. With the filters, you can choose to only listen to the sub, bass, low mid, high, or air frequencies. These are fully customizable and incredibly useful. The stereo button will let you swap from stereo to mono to just the sides. Again, another incredibly useful feature. And finally, you can share this comparison page with anyone. It will create a tiny URL that you can then share with people. And yes, you can share it with the world if you want. I used ABmyMix to compare multiple settings of the Walters Audio T805s as versions. Exactly what you've been hearing today. That video saw thousands of views, and multiple people went to ABmyMix to compare the different versions using the different T805 settings, and it worked flawlessly. If you're in online groups where people share comparisons, there is no better way to do that I know of than ABmyMix. When I spoke to its inventor, Neil, about ABmyMix, he offered some main points he wanted everyone to know. Number one is it's free and always will be, so that's great. It's secure. It's either just a fancy front end for your native system audio player, or you're streaming from your own Dropbox account. All the page setup data is encrypted in the shared URLs, so nothing is uploaded or transcoded anywhere, ever. It's not just for audio comparison. It's also a really useful client feedback tool. If you like, you can import a single track, as many as you like, and then create timestamps or text stamps that will glow as the playhead reaches them. And those are the things that Neil wanted to say. Oh, and there's one more thing he wanted to say. He isn't a professional developer. He just came up with this idea to help him compare mixes anywhere. He's executed every idea he's had, plus more. But he's always up for hearing suggestions. So if those suggestions improve it in any way, and he can implement them, he will. So if you have any ideas, let him know. And that brings me to something that ABmyMix can do that has nothing whatsoever to do with comparing anything. If you're an audio engineer with a bunch of outboard gear, this thing that it can do is going to blow your mind. If you go directly to ABmyMix.com, just below the file upload section, you'll see a little link that says Patch Plan. Want to know what that does? It helps you plan your patch bay. Are you kidding me? That's the single most useful thing I think I've ever seen. Have you ever planned a patch bay? There's nothing like planning a patch bay if you want to know how stupid you actually are. If you've never planned out a patch bay and you think it's pretty straightforward and easy, you're in for a rude awakening. It's so incredibly complex. You know what I mean? And it's also time-consuming. If you know, you know. If you have a lot of stuff and you got a lot of you got to in and out and trying to figure out how you can, if you need a patch point at any spot to go into and out of, yeah. You need to decide if your desired patch point is normalized or half normaled or through, and then you have to figure out which will be the most beneficial for you in that particular patch point, etc., etc. And then you've got to map up to 48 or more cables that are going in and out of the patch bay and where they're going to and coming from. You have to think of how you might want to patch into or out of a device in the future as well. And there are so many variables. Last summer, I planned my patch bay. It took me days, more like a week. I scoured the internet looking for a tool that could help me visualize and list my patch points. I found nothing. I ended up finding some online website that allows for a color-coded pipe planning or something like that, and I used that. To give you an example of my own setup, what I have back here, and what I had to complete to do this, here is the finished plan using that crappy site that I talked about last summer. Look at it. Just look at it. Can you even? Because I can't even. My friend Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov told me I should frame it or put it on a t-shirt. It took a while. Look, like that's complex. If only ABmyMix patch plan existed back then. Look at this. You can choose your own channels, label them, color code them, choose the normal, half normal, or through modes, write notes, customize it fully. And then you can save it, create a PDF with it, print it, whatever you want to do. Great googly moogly. This might be the best online tool for hybrid mixing audio engineers that ever existed. And it's free. Once again, it's free. It's free. Okay? In case you didn't know, it's free. I've got to hand it to Neil for thinking of the things that we all really need, and for creating this for us audio nerds to use for free. But if you have a few bucks to buy Neil a coffee, you'll find his Buy Me a Coffee link on the top right of your loaded session. He surely does deserve it. Well done, Neil. ABmyMix.com. Compare mics, compare songs, compare mixes, plan your patch bay. Outstanding. And that concludes this TPS Spotlight episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I've been just some guy.